What's up with y'all? Jet Spark Star Pilot back in this motherfucking check it out, you know what I'm saying? All NASA opinions or statements or hypotheticals or motherfucking anything to do to what they're talking about is retarded. You know what I'm saying? Now when I say this, I speak it like this. The way the starting points start off ain't even is shit that don't even make sense because they'll be in spaces somewhere they try to pinpoint how you're coming across within your information from a starting point of where what they're coming with is shit that you can never see in the sky. You can never see out. You can never look outside and look out in the atmosphere and see. You know what I'm saying? Like even for example, like if you go on Google right now and look up the sun, you'll be like, what the? You'll probably think that's the sun, but that ain't the sun. The sun is not no orange fire flaming ball. You know what I'm saying? You go outside, you look up in the sun, and that's how it looks like. It doesn't look like how it looks like on NASA or Google or nothing. Same as the moon. The moon is not even a rock. You know what I'm saying? The moon is something you can't even land on the moon. So it's these certain opinions and outcomes they come up with, talking about yeah we land on the moon and yeah this and that is impossible. You know what I'm saying? The moon is a reflection from our body of water. You know what I'm saying? So when we're rotating to the left, shit appears to be going to the right, but it's actually stationary. You know what I'm saying? And then when we like the sun is stationary and the moon is stationary. The reason why it looks like it's moving is because the way we're moving towards the body of water is uh is going moving away from that thing. So that thing is now looking moving and moving and moving and moving and moving, appearing to move and move and move, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying? So once you understand these things, you'll be in a space where all these starting points they come up with is some lostness because they're all in a space of where what they're doing is not making us smarter. It's making us more dumber. It's making us ask more questions. It's making us ask why, how, instead of instead of being like, and then and it's, well instead of us being like, um, you know what I'm saying, like damn, like this is impressive. Like some atheists they be like that. Some atheists and some Google scholars they be like, oh this is so amazing. Oh shit, mental orgasm. Oh shit, this is amazing. But then when you actually go and then look at it for real, if you're the spiritualist, if you're the real spiritualist, you look at it and be like, this don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And it probably makes sense to humans, but if you're above a human, you're looking at this like this shit does not make sense. So whatever is going on, whatever is going on is in the space of where it's not adding up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, once you look at these things, it's all outcomes of where they all have retarded ass opinions and retarded ass starting points. Like a word they've been using that I fuck with heavy is that hypotheticals or hypothetical. They be saying that these are hypotheticals. They be saying uh this is just like their opinion. Like I like when they be saying shit like that because it's from their viewpoint. So they're not telling us it's facts. Sometimes they like back in the day they used to be like, yeah, this is a fact. How this shit used to happen, how this shit happens. But now they starting to say opinions and the other word I used. Yeah, I forgot the other word I used. You know what I'm saying? Hypotheticals. Yeah. So, but once you look at it in a whole, you'll be in a sense of where all these things they use have are points of reference. Like for example, like how I explain this. Okay, so if you're looking at like for example, if you're looking at the clouds and the sun and the trees and the moon and 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 the grass and the and all that shit and humans down here, all that shit is one thing. And animals and bugs, all that shit is one thing. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is one thing. Don't separate that from the sky, from the bottom, from nothing. All that shit is one thing. NASA's trying to explain that if you go out in space, you'll see that all these planets, all these stars, all these whatnot. But what you gotta understand is that a star is what they're calling a star in space in the nighttime are actually satellites. So they put that up there. So that those aren't even real. Second thing is that you can they be talking about, yeah, space is freezing cold, but the cameras they got there for some reason can sustain itself up there. So, but when it's wintertime and down here, the cameras can barely even sustain themselves. They be getting water, icicles, from fog and shit. But they ain't got no fog, no icicles, no nothing in space. But it's freezing cold up there for some weird reason. So you got makes you think. And then the sun, how is the sun flaming hot in space? And space is cold as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these things that they say don't even be making sense, and they be trying to make it make sense, but they be having wrong starting points. Like they don't understand that the way that you gotta look at it is look at it from the starting point of you being on this body of water right now, you being on this atmosphere right now. What do you see? You see the sun and moon. You see the trees. You see animals. You see bugs. You see humans. You see other humans. You see all that shit. All that shit is accumulation from what the atmosphere is. The atmosphere makes these things. I mean, you make these things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You make these things. You know what I'm saying? That the atmosphere literally is accumulation from all these things. You know what I'm saying? So don't get lost in the sauce thinking it's something else, thinking it's some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Oh shit. It's you. You don't want to get lost in that shit. You want to look at it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, that felt good. But yeah, and you want to look at that the right way, and not and look at how you actually look at these things. Because no matter what, once you have the right starting point, you can look at these things. You can look at these things the right way and not get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Because from the right starting point will make you come into enter God's knowledge the right way and how to look at these things, the right way how to not get lost in these things. And once you know how to not get lost in these things, then it helps you the right way. Then you're in a space of where the things you're looking at, you have your own starting point of what these things mean to you. And once you have your own starting point on what these things mean to you, then you're in a space of where you're utilizing these things the right way, how looking at these things the right way, knowing how to properly look at these things. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you getting lost in the sauce, thinking it's something else, thinking of the stars and planets and space. There's no look. I'm gonna say right now, there's no such thing as planets. There's no such thing as planets. No, Mars is not real. Mercury's not real. Venus is not real. Jupiter's not real. Saturn's not real. Neptune's not real. Pluto's not real. Chiron is not real. Your Uranus is not real. All these planets in the sky that they make you believe that thinking these are real. None of these things are real. What else? These what's the fuck? They be saying they be having other shit too, like uh uh is it judo? I think it's judo and all these other uh uh rocks that they be talking pointing in space. The Milky Way is not real. The Big Bang is not real. The the all these things is fake. All these things is NASA made up. You know what I'm saying? So when you know how to look at these things the right way and see how to what you the only thing that's real is the sun and moon, and the sun and moon, and not the NASA way, not the Google way, the right way. When you go outside yourself and look at these things and see what the fuck is going on. Okay, the sun is that, the moon is that. Keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? The moon has its own transits. I'm not transits. Sorry, the moon has its own cycles, just like women have their cycles. The sun has its own transits. It's like men have their own transitions. You know what I'm saying? Transits as in like the sun is not going to change. The sun is not going to change the way it moves. The sun is always going to move a certain way and appear to be moving a certain way. So the sun is never going to go left or up or down or right. It's only go the same way it went yesterday. Same way it went yesterday. Us rotating to the left and that body of water moving this way. So it's gonna be moving. It's gonna be y'all. We're gonna be moving like this, and the sun is gonna be preparing to move like that. But it's gonna keep be that same position, the same way. If it's high noon, 12 o'clock, it's gonna be like that. It's always gonna be high. When it's fall, it's always gonna be looking like it's setting. But none of these things is actually real. I'm not real. None of these things is actually uh like changing. It's the same transit that it does for the next day, next week, next year, next billion, whatever flunked out shit they be talking about billions of years. If we had a billions of years, the sun wouldn't change how it would move. The sun would still be the same way of how it moves. You know what I'm saying? So don't get lost in that shit. all that shit is some science flunk shit when you look at when you're looking at the NASA perspective how to look at these things, real shit. But Jet Spark Star Pilot.